Then Allah says in this particular verse, is in Surah Bani Israel, Surah 17 verse 23, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ. So we believe, we understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His law in the Quran cannot be controverted or contradicted by anybody. Then immediately thereafter Allah says, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ, and to your parents, إِحْسَانًا. Be extremely good to your parents. Whether one or both of them attain old age in your life, say not to them a word of contempt, nor repel them, but address them in terms of honor. وَخْفِضْ جَنَاحَكَ, Allah says, lower your wing of humility to them. So when they are young, and some of us are today, and in their middle ages and strong, and we were little kids, they nurtured us. And as they get older, and Allah talks about this in the Quran, we grow up and need to take care, lower that wing of humility to our parents. Now what does this verse seek to do? This verse seeks to create a strong family bond. It seeks to create a strong family bond. Now, sometimes I hear of issues in our community where there's disagreements over inheritance, etc. And the father may have not given the son his proper share of inheritance, etc. And now the father is old. What is the son's responsibility to the father? We humans, we get so upset and we feel, I just don't think I should be taking care of him. This is what he did to me. And this anger remains and remains with the individual. Now it's highly emotional, but what does the Quran have to say about this? Who is our highest authority? Our highest authority is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And a challenge to that authority, Allah says, إِنَّ الشِّرْكَ لَظُلْمٌ عَظِيمٌ. There is no greater crime than shirk. Now listen to what Allah says about parents in the context of shirk. He says, lower the wing of humility to them. وَإِنْ جَاهَدَاكَ, if any of them make jihad, they strive, عَلَىٰ أَن تُشْرِكْ بِي, to force you to make shirk, فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا, don't obey them. It doesn't say don't take care of them. It says don't obey them. In other words, in that regard, don't obey them. But here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't even leave open the door of interpretation. He goes on. And He says, but فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا وَصَوْحِبَهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا. But you still have an obligation to look after them. وَصَاحِبَهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا. In this world, in all fairness. Which is extremely difficult. So just imagine, Allah is saying, even if they commit the highest crime of shirk, and they force you to commit shirk, just don't listen with regard to that. But you still have your moral and social obligations to your parents. And you can extend this to family as well. So sometimes we get emotional, but we must know these verses of the Quran, because you won't have an excuse on the Day of Judgment if we have to renege on our responsibilities to the older people in our community. I heard some quite sad stories coming out of people who visit the old age home. And alhamdulillah, some of our youth to work there, they go make some samosas for them, and the old people really enjoy this. And this old lady will be waiting for her daughter dressed in the most beautiful outfit to come and visit her. And when the question was asked, Auntie, what time are you expecting your daughter? Well, she was supposed to come yesterday, a day before yesterday, and a day before yesterday, and she still hasn't come. Now, as youth, we need to understand this from today, what our responsibilities are. So when we grow older, and we become more mature, we grow with this responsibility in our mind. That we understand things, we may not like to do something, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has regulated that it be done in order to keep the fabric of society together. Now, why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spend so much effort on this? Because The home and the family are the microcosm of the ummah. If there's a stable family, the likelihood of a stable ummah is higher. If there's an unstable family, the citizens are unstable. And this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about parenthood as well. So very briefly I'm going to touch on parenthood. The responsibilities of parents can be learned from a few narrations in the Quran. And the most famous one is Luqman alayhi salam. So you go to Surah Luqman and we go to some of the verses inshallah where Luqman advises his son. So he doesn't tell his son, go make a lot of money now and when they buy the latest Ferrari. He doesn't. The father advises the son about good conduct. وَإِذْ قَالَ لُقْمَانُ لِبْنِهِ وَهُوَ يَعِظُهُ يَا بُنَيَّ لَا تُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ. The first thing, oh my son, remember who's your authority in life. Do not equate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he goes on into other aspects. We'll deal with that later inshallah. We see the relationship between Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam. When Ibrahim alayhi salam has this vision of sacrificing his son, what does he do? Doesn't say, come here. Bend. Lie down. Let me chop you. Calls his son. He says, I see this in my dream. What do you have to say about it? What's he doing? He's making sure. There isn't a single verse in the Quran where Allah tells a parent to beat his child for any reason. The reason why we beat children is, I think we just are too busy in our lives. So you want to get the discipline done quicker. And it may be a shortcoming on our part. And so we think it's fine. I have to be a hard parent. Do we have to be hard parents? Or do we want to look at the outcome of our children? Every statement I make to my child, what's happening in his or her mind? Are they becoming better people? So here's Ibrahim alayhi salam. Allah says, Uswatun Hasana. He uses that title for Ibrahim alayhi salam as well. And Ibrahim alayhi salam calls his son, Ismail alayhi salam, and he says, I have this vision. What do you have to say about it? So, what we learn from that is the importance of shura and consultation with our children. To have this relationship with them. That we can talk about things, discuss things, take their input. And we need to see discipline in the form of empowerment. Have I empowered my child or have I scolded him or her to the point of rebellion? What part have I played in my child's rebelliousness? So parenthood is given to us via these verses of the Quran. Furthermore, the relationship between parents and children in the home is mentioned as well. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes down to the fine details, the level of respect and privacy. We need to teach the kids. When you want to come in the room, knock. There are certain times of privacy that was present in Arabian times. You may have your own times of privacy. Communicate that to the children. When Yaqub alayhi salam is on his deathbed, he calls his children as well. And what does he advise them? He advises them to serve Allah alone. Now in our final will and testament, do we just say something to our kids in our final word and testament to say, just remember Allah is your Lord, be good in your life, etc., etc. We've got the money details in, yes, and it's absolutely important because the Quran says, Kutiba alaykum, it's prescribed for you to make out your will upon death. But in that wasiyah, do we call our children and remind them of their obligation to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is what Yaqub alayhi salam did. And then finally, before I conclude, on Zakaria alayhi salam, this is where it all starts. When he's praying for a child, What does he pray for? He doesn't pray for a productive asset that he can gain materially from. He prays for a child who will be righteous. That's all he prays for. Because with money, you will get the success in this world. And there's no reason why we shouldn't pursue economic excellence. But with a view to the year after, it's the only qualifying, it's the only condition. But with righteousness, you can earn a fair share in this world and a very healthy share in the year after. And this is what parenthood should be about as well. So next week, next time we'll continue about the ethical values in the Quran and how dynamic the Quran is about creating a stable society with good social and ethical values. Jazakallah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.